Hey everybody, sorry I had to make a second video because my first one got cut off. We left off with Goes and Match. I started one because just like skill drain and deck devi, you draw into it really fast, and two, you don't need, one's good enough for this deck. I only started it when I went first usually because if I go second and draw into it after my opponent already goes Rescue Rabbit into their normal monsters, into their Dolka Lagia, then this is a dead card. Lagia can negate it, and it does really nothing anymore. It doesn't stop what I wanted to stop in the first place, which was making those big monsters. When I go first though, I draw, grab it, set it, forget it, it's good. Yeah, good card. Next card I did was Gores. A lot of people will say, why do you play Gores when you have so many back row cards? You have Decrees, or you have Goes and Match, Skill Drain, etc. Well, my theory is that you should have many different defensive walls. If they don't destroy the Skill Drain, they don't destroy the Goes and Match or the Decrees, then they're going to be in a losing position because of what this deck does. If they do destroy it, which, you're playing a person, you're playing an opponent who's trying to win as well, they're going to find a way to get rid of your first line of defense. This second one, they don't expect it sometimes just because of the fact that you had all these back rows. They swing, you drop this, good game. It's a big game changer. If it is dead, I have the field spell. This is a fiend, so obviously you can use it, discard for gates, draw a card. So this is a good card. Fabled Raven. It's a very good card. It's good in the side because in games one in pretty much every deck that uses Maxx C's and Veilers, it could be a problem. You already have so many discards with Drag Down, and this would be another monster that would conflict with Drag Down. If you had to normal summon this and you had a Torguide in hand, or use normal summon Torguide and had this in hand. So when I side out my Drag Downs in game 2, I usually side this in. On top of that, my opponents side out their Maxx C's and their Veilers, so this usually gets its effect off. It's an alternate discard outlet when I side out my Drag Downs, like I said, and it makes some good plays because it's light, and people side in Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. It's also a tuner, so I can get into my synchros that still, are still effective if you use it pretty well. In my top 16 or top 32 match, whichever one it was, I have to go check on that, I actually Foolish Burialed Fabled Raven instead of a Grapple like I was going to do initially, and reborned it, had beige and some other cards, and it made enough damage for a game, so that was a good play with this. I sided in 2 Gelling Duos. This card is what I say MVP this format. This is my girlfriend's favorite card, and she thinks it's cute, so I said, you know what, might as well play it over Arcana Force the Fool. People usually main deck Reaper or side Reapers for the Dino Rabbit matchup because when it's a set, Spirit Reaper doesn't get hurt by Dolka or Lagia, but Spirit Reaper loses out to Forbidden Lance, which most Dino Rabbit decks play 2 or 3 out of. They also lose to Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, which a lot of side decks consist of. This is light, so obviously it doesn't get killed by that. A lot of people were talking about using Arcana Force the Fool. It's a 0/0 attack monster. Has almost the same effect where it doesn't die by battle, but this can actually do damage. You can XYZ with it afterwards. Whereas the Fool, if an opponent mind controls it, they can turn that into attack position, and one of the Fool's effects is that it cannot be changed change of position besides with a card effect. So I like this card. There was one duel where opponent had a face up Zen Mines or in attack position. This was set. He attacked it. Next turn, I just summon another Balan duo, summon Grappa by special summoning Beige, and I was able to kill that Zen mains, whereas if these were the full, they would do nothing. And then I exceeded into Utopia. I played a Cyber Dragon, which helped me in my top 4 matchup against heroes. It's just a good going second beater. It's light. I do synchro with it with Fabled Raven and make some level 8s, level 7s. And it also makes me get Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon when people try to wall behind Zen mains. I played Morphing Jar. I didn't have to use it that much throughout the tournament, so this one, it's kind of iffy. It's good, I think, versus wind-ups when they discard your own hand. It's just an extra out that you can top into and draw a new hand, and hopefully do well. Get back into the game. If people were siding Gemini imps, I would side out all my drag downs and everything like that, like some of my dealings as well. When they attack with Morphing Jar, I know they can't use Gemini imps in the damage step. So I heard, and that's why I put that in there. But maybe for the next YCS, maybe that would be a good card since everyone knows to play maybe Gemini imps in the side if they're trying to counter this deck. And I started in a Maxx C. I was I was lending my brother this Maxx C, and his down decks would get 3, but then I decided I needed one at least in the side because of the wind-up matchup, which is probably the hardest matchup that Darkworld has. I probably would maybe put 2 over something, but it helped me in a few games. I actually used it and drew more outs. I mean, there's already ridiculous draw power, and this just adds to it. For my extra deck, I have Black Rose Dragon. In my top 32 matchup, I actually had to change this because Konami said it looked too cool, that other top 32 participants would be very upset because their Black Rose Dragons looked horrible. And thank you, Bryce, for giving me a replacement Black Rose Dragon. I put 2 Stardust Dragons, obviously, for the Starlight Road and the Malefic Stardust Dragon. Scrap Dragon, Fabled Raven, very good card. You can sell all your cards, which you normally do with drag or any other reason, and summon your Raven, synchro it with a level 3, make this guy, draw 2 cards, 2 extra cards. Bronic, Cataster, Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon, wind up Zen mains, of course. Leviathan Dragon, he's a big beater. You can detach and get your field spell going. Good Brilliant, I didn't use as much. Just there as an option. Utopia, definitely the go-to level 4 card. It's very good, and then with John Duel, you can pretty much sit back and then make it, and if you're under 1,000 life points, he'll bring this bad boy out, do 4,000 damage win the game. I also have 1 Acid Golem Destruction. Crazy that a 1 card level 3 monster, name of tour guide, can turn into this guy, 3,000 attack. Very good card. And Levier, the most important. I only needed to maybe use Levier twice in 1 game. If I didn't have 2 Levier, I still won that game anyways, so if anything, I would maybe take out a Giga Mantis and add in a second Levier next time. And then I just have, obviously, some cool tokens that I got from all the YCSs and stuff. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been a very long weekend. It was very fun. I thought when I topped SJC Edison the 75th, I felt like that was crazy. That was already the biggest TCG tournament at the time. This one doubled it, and I was a little disappointed back then because I ended up losing to Sarash in top 32 there. I wanted to do even better here. I was happy to even get to the top, and then as I just kept going, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually can win this, and yeah, it's still an amazing feeling that I actually won. Thanks for watching.